Welcome to the deep dive. This session, well, it's custom tailored just for you. And we're about to dig into some truly surprising insights.
Hmm.
Today, we've got this stack of fascinating sources, and we're going to really try and understand a specific symbolic identity. It's a subpersonality named Tommy,
Right, Tommy.
and we're exploring him through the lens of three pretty incredible animals chosen to represent him: the mouse, the otter, and the toucan.
Yeah, and our mission here isn't just about, what these animals are. It's really about digging into why they might symbolize certain traits, certain aspects of a personality.
Exactly.
So you're getting a real shortcut here to being well-informed. We're covering the science, the culture, history, media, psychology, all of it, helping you pull out the key nuggets from the sources you share.
Okay, perfect. Let's unpack this then.
Yeah.
First up, the unassuming mouse.
The mouse.
You might think tiny, maybe timid even, but what's amazing is the resilience, the resourcefulness packed into this little creature.
Mhm.
Traits we definitely see reflected in Tommy.
Absolutely. The house mouse, musculus, it's not just some common rodent. Biologically, it's kind of a marvel of adaptability.
Right.
These little guys, they're typically only, 7 to 10 centimeters long, weighing maybe 11 to 35 grams. Tiny.
So, oh.
And they've got that long tail, nearly as long as their body, which is crucial for balance and even regulating their temperature.
Okay.
And yeah, they might seem small, but their lifespan, while short in the wild, less than a year, usually it's just packed with survival smarts.
And that survival smarts, that's exactly what makes them so symbolic, I think, for a personality like Tommy's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're omnivores, aren't they?
Pretty much eat anything.
Seeds, grains, insects, even our waste.
Yeah.
And they thrive almost anywhere, especially near us humans.
That's key.
This is amazing ability to just find a way to live anywhere, make do with whatever's around. It really speaks to this deep, almost primal resourcefulness,
It really does.
Makes me think about Tommy's knack for, finding solutions when things get tricky.
It's a great parallel, and their history really underlines this adaptability too. They started out in Southwest Asia, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they started living alongside humans, this commensal association, way back, like 13,000 BC, back in the first farming settlements.
Wow, that far back.
Yeah. They basically hitched rides as humans spread out across Europe, eventually the Americas. Now, they weren't domesticated like, say, a dog.
Right.
But because they thrived so well in our environments, they actually became the first mammal used in lab research back in the 1650s.
Huh. Didn't know that.
And globally. They're listed as least concern for conservation, which just shows you, again, that incredible ability to persist, to multiply. Their populations are stable, especially the ones living near us.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Connecting all that biological toughness to what the mouse means, beyond just biology.
Right. The symbolism. It's incredibly powerful and really widespread. If you look at Greek, Roman, Slavic, Celtic, Native American myths,
Yeah.
mice often pop up representing cleverness, persistence, resourcefulness, even a bit of magic sometimes.
Magic. Like how?
Well, think about El Raton Perez in Spanish-speaking cultures. The little mouse that collects teeth, kind of like the tooth fairy.
Ah, right. Yeah, small creature bringing a bit of wonder.
Exactly.
And it's just everywhere in stories, too.
Yeah.
Aesop's Fable, The Lion and the Mouse, such a classic.
Yeah.
Shows how even the smallest can be helpful, wise even.
Mm-hmm. Timeless.
And then pop culture icons?
Mickey.
Mouse, obviously. Jerry from Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Stuart Little. They've shaped how we see mice globally, projecting these ideas of, ingenuity, but also humility onto them.
It's true. Psychologically, though, it's a bit mixed, isn't it? People see them as cute, endearing sometimes.
Yeah, but also pests, fear, disgust.
Right. But even archetypally, think of quiet as a mouse. It speaks to being elusive, maybe, but also that quiet determination, resourcefulness under pressure.
Okay.
Their spirit animal symbolism. It connects to adaptability, humility, being observant, paying attention to the little details.
So for a personality like Tommy, this could suggest what? A kind of quiet strength?
Mm-hmm.
Seeing things others miss? Being able to adapt and overcome?
Precisely.
Yeah.
That seems like a really strong fit.
It's amazing how this tiny creature, with its, over 30 moose species and relatives, how it shows this deep adaptability everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, but now let's pivot. Let's turn to an animal that embodies something quite different, but just as vital for Tommy's personality. The otter.
Yeah.
Playful, fluid.
Ah, the otter, yeah. Definitely a shift in energy. Part of the Mustelidae family. That's the weasel family,
Right.
And otters are just creatures of, Almost pure, joyful energy, it seems sometimes. There are 13 living species. Sea otters, North American river otters are probably the most familiar.
Hmm.
Physically, they vary quite a bit, maybe 2.5 to 5 feet long, weight from 10 up to 100 pounds for the big ones, usually that sleek brown or grayish-brown fur.
Built for the water, right.
Totally. Webbed feet, of course. And this incredibly dense water-repellent fur, especially sea otters, their fur is just unbelievably thick. Plus, long, flexible bodies makes them super agile swimmers. And sea otters. They're one of the few non-primates we know of that use tools.
Tools? Like what?
Like using rocks to crack open shellfish. Pretty clever.
That is clever. You can just picture them, can't you? All that energy, that ingenuity, and they're carnivores, hunting fish, crustaceans, living in rivers, lakes, marshes, oceans. They use burrows called holts.
Holts, yeah. Or dens. But sea otters, famously, just float around in kelp beds, often holding hands, which is just...
Adorable, completely. And their social life varies a bit.
It does. River otters can be more solitary, though still playful. Sea otters form those loose groups. They call them rafts.
Rafts, I like that.
Yeah. They're amazing hunters underwater. And generally, they stick to their home turf, not really migratory.
Okay. And evolutionarily, where do they fit in?
They branched off from ancestral mustelids about 20 million years ago. Conservation-wise, though, it's a bit of a mixed bag.
How so?
Well, sea otters, they nearly went extinct because of the fur trade. They're recovering now, but still vulnerable.
Right.
Eurasian otters are making a comeback in some places, which is good news. But other species, still endangered. Pollution, habitat loss, poaching. The usual threats.
So even these really beloved, seemingly resilient animals face serious challenges. A reminder maybe that Tommy, while adaptable, still needs, care and protection.
Well put, yes.
What fascinates me here is how otters have just charmed us for centuries. In culture, mythology, reflecting that playful, adaptable spirit, it's like they remind us to find joy.
They really do seem to embody that. In Celtic myths, otters were actually sacred, symbols of kindness, helpfulness. Native American traditions often see them as joyful tricksters, but also teachers, bringers of luck.
Tricksters and teachers, interesting combo.
Isn't it? And Japanese folklore has tales of kawaso, otters that could shapeshift into humans and, play pranks.
Okay.
So symbolically, they really represent playfulness, curiosity, adaptability, cleverness. Just a joyful presence, really. And in some indigenous traditions, they even symbolize feminine power, motherhood, protection, that gentle, nurturing side.
It's interesting, too, how their usefulness or how humans use them ties in. Trapped for fur, tragically.
Right, which caused huge declines.
But then in places like Bangladesh, parts of China, they were actually trained to help fishermen, herding fish.
Yeah. A really unique partnership, not fully domesticated, but definitely trained collaborators.
Amazing.
And their impact today, psychologically, in media, it's huge. People just love otters for their intelligence, that nurturing side, their grace in the water, symbols of carefree, fluid energy.
Oh, yeah, the internet's full of them. Utterly adorable memes. The videos of them holding hands, stacking rocks.
Rock stacking. Or that little otter dance they do sometimes. They just melt hearts, undeniably.
And in stories, too.
Definitely. Tarka the otter, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, countless nature docs. Psychologically, they kind of represent the inner child, don't they?
Yeah, I can see that.
Emotional navigators, gentle tricksters. Their fluidity connects to mindfulness, being present. So for Tommy, the otter could symbolize that vital spark of joy, the ability to navigate emotions gracefully, and just a deep, playful curiosity.
And looking across the 13 species, they have unique skills, too.
Yeah.
Sea otters using tools. Giant otters in the Amazon being apex predators with loud calls.
Right, showing different facets. They share traits with maybe beavers or seals, sure, but otters always have that distinct, playful charm. Captivating.
Okay, now for our final animal.
Yeah.
Let's shift our gaze to one that's just impossible to ignore. It represents a completely different, but again, equally vital aspect for Tommy. The vibrant toucan.
The toucan, yes.
That striking appearance, it just screams expression, doesn't it? Bold, clear.
It really does. A truly captivating bird. Family Rhamphastidae. And that bill, of course, is the standout feature. Huge, yeah. Body length, maybe 42 to 60 centimeters, but the bill can be half that length. The Toco toucan's bill is around 20 centimeters.
Wow. How do they even hold it up?
Well, here's the cool part. It looks heavy, but it's actually incredibly lightweight. It's made of a sort of spongy biofoam structure.
Yeah.
Keratin on the outside, but mostly hollow struts inside.
Biofoam. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And their feathers are usually mostly black, but then, bam, those intense colors on the bill, the face patterns.
So vibrant.
And that bill isn't just for show or just for eating fruit, though they are mainly frugivores, fruit eaters.
Right.
It's also used for social signaling, display, defense maybe, and even thermoregulate.
Cool enough. With the bill.
Exactly. They can control blood flow to it to radiate heat away. Pretty neat adaptation.
So it's not just flashy, it's like a super light multi-tool radiator. Guess that explains why they don't tip over.
Pretty much. They live mainly in neotropical rainforests, cloud forests, savannas. Most aren't migratory.
And they're social birds.
Very social. Forage in small flocks, preen each other. They'll even spar with those bills, sort of gently, to establish hierarchies, breed in tree cavities. That social interaction, using their most striking feature to communicate, that's key to their symbolism.
Okay, I see that connection. And evolution, conservation.
They diversified maybe 5 million years ago, related to barbets. Conservation, again, varies. Toco toucans, channel-billed, they're least concern.
Okay.
But others, like the keel-billed toucan, near threatened. Deforestation, the pet trade. Those are the big pressures.
A reminder again that even the most expressive, maybe flamboyant personalities need a healthy space to thrive.
Well said, absolutely.
So this raises that big question. What does this incredibly striking creature, with its amazing bill and colors, mean culturally? How does it speak to our inner world, especially for Tommy?
Culturally, their significance is really profound. Among the Mayans, the Aztecs, toucans were sacred, seen as messengers from the sky, icons of fertility, often shown with those large bills.
Sky messengers, wow.
Yeah. The toucan's even a national symbol of Belize. Linked to spirit journeys in some traditions, they really embody communication, balance, intuition, self-expression, charisma, social connection.
So like a spirit animal for finding your voice, being vibrantly expressive?
Exactly that. Clarity of voice, a bold expression. Historically, yeah, they were kept as pets sometimes, feathers used for decoration, but never really domesticated.
Right.
For Tommy, the toucan could highlight this capacity, maybe even a desire for really vibrant, clear communication. A personality that isn't afraid to be seen and heard, maybe even grab attention.
And there's such a familiar face in media, pop culture too, that reinforces the symbolism, doesn't it?
Totally. The Toco toucan in advertising Guinness is the famous one.
Oh yeah, the Guinness toucan.
And political logos, like Brazil's Social Democracy Party used one. And then, of course, Toucan Sam.
Follow your nose since 1963.
That's him, the Fruit Loops mascot. Plus, cartoons like Toucan Text, Dora the Explorer, Tuca and Birdie, they pop up a lot.
So psychologically, what's the impact?
Well, people love them for that vivid look, that expressive nature. They kind of encourage playful authenticity, bold communication. Archetypally, they're the colorful communicator, the social ambassador, maybe even the expressive healer.
Expressive healer, I like that.
In dreams, seeing a toucan might signal a need to speak your truth, embrace diversity, shine without being afraid. There's even that modern phrase, toucan energy.
Toucan energy. Meaning
having that bold presence, that vibrant voice, it really crystallizes what the toucan could bring to Tommy's identity. A flair for expression, a natural charisma, maybe a joy in being truly seen and understood.
And there are, what, over 40 species? Did you know they sleep by tucking that huge bill under their tail?
Yeah. To stay compact and warm, it's quite a posture. And they're vital seed dispersers, too, playing a big role in their ecosystem.
Important job.
Yeah.
And they have ecological counterparts, like hornbills.
Right. In Africa and Asia, hornbills have similar large bills, similar roles, but they aren't closely related. Convergent evolution nature, finding similar solutions.
Fascinating. Okay. So let's bring it all together. What does this all mean for understanding Kami, this subpersonality, maybe even for understanding ourselves? We've seen these three really distinct animals, but together, they paint quite a picture.
They really do. And if you connect this to the bigger picture, you can really see how exploring these diverse animal traits, well, it can illuminate different aspects of any personality. It can give you those aha moments, about resilience or joy or expression.
Yeah.
The mouse's deep resourcefulness, that quiet adaptability, the otter's joyful way of moving through life, that emotional agility, and the toucan's vibrant communication, that bold self-expression.
Right.
They offer these distinct but also complementary facets, like different pieces of a complex identity, like Tommy's. It's like having different lenses to really see the multifaceted nature of personality.
So we've taken this deep dive into these incredible creatures. We've linked them to this idea of a Tommy subpersonality, yes, but we've also, I think, broadened our understanding of their rich universal symbolism.
Absolutely. Which raises an important question for you, the listener, to maybe consider as you reflect on all this.
Yeah. How might observing these specific, sometimes surprising traits of animals, like the mouse's quiet resilience, the otter's carefree joy, the toucan's bold expression, how might that help you better understand the diverse, maybe unexpected facets of your own personality? Or maybe the personalities of people around you. What other creatures might embody traits you're curious to explore? Something to think about.